Hey guys, today we're going to have a look at what I consider to be one of the best loadouts in Warzone, the PPSH paired with the Kar98. So if you like this video, let the YouTube algorithm know by dropping a like on it, and let's get straight into the video. So I'm going to be throwing some stats at you, and then later in the video I'll show you the best setup for the PPSH and the Kar98 so you can get that domination you so very dearly crave. I mean, this loadout is amazing for both aggression and defense, and there's a reason all of the big streamers are using it right now. So if you're pushing buildings or defending against people coming in from the circle, this loadout is going to have you dominating really easily, especially since they updated the iron sights on the PPSH, but we'll get into that. So firstly, for the TTK on the PPSH, I've compared it against the MAC-10, the LC-10 and the Cold War MP5. And what you're seeing here for chest shots is the Cold War MP5, which is this green line here. It's got the best TTK up to about 9 meters, but it drops off a lot sooner than the rest. So basically, you need to have the barrel of the MP5 up someone's nose to actually have the best TTK. Whereas the PPSH comes in with the best until around 18 meters and pretty much stays consistently the best TTK for any of the SMG weapons that I've tested. That is super useful, especially for those longer engagements that you'll always find yourself in Warzone. So if that hasn't sold you on it yet, the movement speed of this weapon is absolutely ridiculous. You can really move with this gun. The only SMG that's faster by a fraction of a second is the MAC-10, where they both give you 3.3 meters per second ADS movement speed and 5 meters per second normal movement speed, like when you're running around the map. And that ADS movement speed and dominant TTK is what's going to have you winning those 1v1 gunfights as long as you're strafing, because you've got the damage, you've got the movement, and to be honest, this thing could almost be classed as an assault rifle if it wasn't for the bullet velocity. But if you're using the PPSH as it's intended, the bullet velocity won't really matter too much. Anyway, if you're curious, here's the rest of the stats for the PPSH. So obviously, as I said, I pair this with the Kar98. Why? Because it's the Kar98. It has been and it still is the best aggressive sniper in my opinion. The Swiss is good, don't get me wrong, but the Kar98 is just my go-to, especially with this stock on here. So speaking of the stock, let's move on to the loadouts for both of them. And for the PPSH, you've got the GRU suppressor to give you the best bullet velocity and range bonus, but it also takes away some vertical recoil. And then you've got the task force barrel for yet more bullet velocity and range, but it does hurt your vertical recoil a bit, but you can even that out with the Spetsnaz grip, as well as it giving you some horizontal bounce reduction. And then we've got the slot open because we don't have to use an optic. I use the Spetsnaz PKM stock because it gives you a really good boost to ADS movement speed, but you could use the Raider stock to give you a huge reduction in sprint to fire and tactical sprint to fire speed. Really useful for those people that sneak up on you and you need to fire back at them quickly. Finally, I have the 55 round drum mag because, to be honest, 55 rounds is more than enough for trios and quads. The rest of the mags either hurt your ADS too much or don't have enough bullets in the mag, so the 55 is as near to perfect as we're gonna get it, to be honest. As for the Kar98, do I really need to say anything about this? There's a reason it's a fan favourite. It's just so easy to use and versatile, but here's the loadout for this one anyway. And the thing about the precision comb stock is, when you put that on there, you sometimes don't even have to hold your breath to get an accurate shot off. The reticle basically doesn't move, so honestly, you need to try this loadout. In my opinion, this is a brilliant setup for any of the game modes, solos, trios, quads, and you probably won't regret this. So let me know in the comments below how you get on if you do try this, and hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, leave a like on it, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video. Toodaloo!